Hopefully, before you come to this video, you already watched my previous series called How Being Poor Works. We're going to explore how being rich works. These are two different worlds, but have similar pathways. When you think of a rich person, when you think of a poor person, they have so many things in common that are not very apparent to the eyes. If you know what to look for, you would understand what makes them similar, but what sets them apart. Today, I'm about to talk to you about how being rich works. First of all, the difference between a rich person and a poor person is that the rich person has more access to cash. The poor person has access to cash, but for the rich person, cash that they have access to is more voluminous. The volume of cash that the rich have is what sets them apart from the poor. Regardless, they have a lot of similarities, a lot of things in common. Let's start with the first thing. When you're rich, you basically provide enough value that you are paid a handsome reward for the value that you add to society. And this reward comes as a result of the type of job title that you hold. Usually, a rich person has a job title that is specified. It's something that not everyone could do. It's something that is a niche kind of specialization. They have a specific type of talent. They have a special skill that they have possessed over a period of time, which is why they're paid a significant amount of money. I'll give you some examples of rich people. A plastic surgeon, someone that has a specified skill that not everyone can do. He has gone to medical school, acquired degrees, he has a certain amount of certifications. He has gone through an academic process that not everybody has access to, is privy to, or can even qualify for. Another example of a rich person is someone that's talented, like a singer, someone like Beyonce. She has a skill that she has honed over the course of her life, from childhood all the way into adulthood. She has become very great at it. And because of that, she's paid significantly and she's rewarded beautifully in the case of a woman for this talent. In the case of a skill, the person that comes to mind is JJ Okocha. A more popular person is Cristiano Ronaldo, world's renowned soccer player that's currently a billionaire. These people have skills that are very specialized. And because of the skill that they have, it commands a lot of value because someone like Ronaldo goes on a soccer field and is able to entertain massive crowds of people just playing in one game. And over the period of time, he doesn't have to go to different people's houses to play the soccer match. He plays the soccer match at one time and he gets rewarded handsomely for entertaining volumes of people that tune in to watch the match. Same thing at Beyonce. Beyonce can go to a 80,000 capacity stadium, fill it up, entertain everybody in there, and they get rewarded beautifully for such talent. The same thing as a plastic surgeon. Some of them earn as much as $700,000, $2 million to $5 million. The ability they have to alter someone's appearance is something that not all of us or the least of us could do. It's a specialized skill. And because of that specialized skill, they command the type of financial reward that they do. So now that you have the job and you know the type of people that are qualified to be rich, this is where it gets interesting. This is how being rich works. A plastic surgeon, a talented singer like Beyonce, a talented soccer player like Ronaldo, they get paid huge amounts of cash. And that job, skill, talent provides cash that goes into the opposing box. You have this box, which is their job title. They get paid in cash. That's the next stop. Now that they have the cash, let's say someone like Ronaldo, he gets paid $1 billion. He's being paid in cash. He has expenses. This cash is going to go in two directions. The first direction the cash is going to go to is something called savings. So Ronaldo, Beyonce, the plastic surgeon is going to take a certain amount of their income and they're going to put it away into savings. Next box that all that money is going to go into is something called the expense box. Once this skilled worker, talented person, this person with a specialized skill, once they're paid, they've put away some money in savings, now they have to start spending. From the cash that they made that went into savings, they're going to buy life insurance, they're going to buy houses, properties, they're going to invest some of their money. Once all that investment is done, those investments are in form of expenses as well. They have to pay bills, which is the real expenses. For the case of the life insurance, they're going to pay the premium for the life insurance, pay the mortgage, which is the expenses for the house, pay to get the lawn mowed in the house, make payments to cleaners, pool boys, stewardess, chefs. They're going to pay for maintenance on the house. In case of investment, some of them are going to buy stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. They're going to pay into educational funds for their kids' tuition in the future. All these things takes away money over a period of time. These expenses don't stop. It keeps going on and on and on over the lifespan of this individual's existence. What makes the rich person very peculiar compared to the poor person is that the poor person, as soon as they get fired from their job, the poor person runs out of money relatively very quickly. Some people take days, weeks, some might take a few months. But in the case of a rich person, say something happened and Beyonce lost her fame. The plastic surgeon lost his license. Ronaldo, he lost his endorsement. God forbid, something bad happened, his image was tarnished and he could not play soccer anymore. That second box where all his cash is accumulated now starts getting smaller. As time goes on, money from his savings in form of his life insurance, his house, and some of his investments, he has to now substitute his income with those things. He has to start taking money from his savings, his life insurance, the equity on his home, investment, and he has to start paying for his lifestyle from those avenues of money that he has put away in the past. And as time goes, that savings box gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And remember, all that savings is going back into his cash pot, the bank account, then going straight to expenses. He has to keep covering the cost of the mortgage, even though he's lost his soccer fame or his soccer endorsement. She has to cover her life insurance payment, even though she's lost her singing career. He has to cover his investment, the payment into his 401k or his stocks, because he has lost his medical license. The expenses don't stop. He has to keep paying that mortgage, that life insurance. This is how money gets drained away from the rich. In the case of the rich person, it takes relatively a long amount of time before everything goes down to zero. Unlike the poor, which takes few hours, days, weeks, in rare occasions, months before they go down to zero. Rich people take relatively a long time to go down to broke. In rare cases, they go down to broke or zero real fast. In few cases, weeks, but in most cases, months, sometimes years. In some cases, it might take over a decade before a rich person goes down to zero when their income that was lost has not been substituted with anything else. Some of the things that cause rich people to go broke as well, even when they retain their talent or access to endorsement, the opportunity as a singer, or their medical license, is living beyond their means. It's rather unfortunate. Eventually, the money coming in is overshadowed by the money going out. There's a balloon effect where the expenses grows out of proportion. The cost of maintenance for all these acquisitions, private jets, properties, investment into failed businesses, they just balloon into one big negative cash draining apparatus. This whole setup ceases to work because the expenses are more than the income. Very common cases, the celebrities, they tend to go broke. Like in the case of Mike Tyson, MC Hammer, these people had massive income, but after IRS, lavish spending, houses, in their case, they weren't even making investments. They were just spending on jewelry, clothes, women, drugs, lavish vacations. The rich, if they don't spend their money on assets and they spend their money on liabilities, they tend to go broke very fast. The fastest way is for most rich people to become poor, lose their rich status, is by having expenses that go out of control. Looking around the society, you can see most of it, especially it's very common with NFL players and but even in the NBA. As soon as their career is over, most of them, they run out of money because the lifestyle could not keep up anymore. The volume of income coming in during their career has basically shrunk, but the expenses stay the same. And that's what gets them. The sheer volume of money going out of their pot. That's what eventually kills a rich person. What am I saying in summary? For you to be a rich person, you have to have a specialized job, which not everybody can do. Have a talent that is very specific to you, have a special skill that society is ready to reward you for. And for having that skill, you're going to be paid voluminous amount of cash. Rich people save some of it, and some of that saving goes into real estate acquisition, life insurance, and some investments, expenses because of the lifestyle that most acquire, because most people are not willing to live within their means. A lot of that money goes towards expenses. Once a rich person stops getting that influx of cash at that high voluminous level, it's just a matter of months, years, at the most a decade, and they all go back to zero. If you're enjoying this content, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Next, I'm going to be bringing you how being wealthy works. So stay tuned to this channel. This is a channel that's dedicated to making sure that the mindset of men are right. And then I have a different channel called the Solutionist channel, where I share everything that I know about money. Before you can even attack the fact that you have no money, your mindset have to be right. You're rich here first before you're rich in your pockets. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.